I'm Julietta Patnick, and until very recently, I was Director of Cancer Screening for the NHS in England. All sorts of things. I think what I was really good at was getting around bureaucracy, finding out what the rules were, and then working out how to get around the rules so I could still do what I saw needed doing as entirely legally and properly. On a personal basis, I guess I should say looking after balancing the family and the career, but in fact I never found that a problem because my family always came first. So that I didn't actually find that difficult because there was no conflict of priorities. But I think the bureaucracy was the thing that I used to get really enraged about. But then everybody does, and every large organisation has bureaucracy. It's just something you have to deal with. People, personalities, handling factions. In the NHS, people talk about tribes, not only doctors and nurses, but you have different kinds of doctors, and it was keeping all that in balance and trying to find the middle way through perhaps competing tribes and positions, and eventually coming out with something that everybody could work with. I tried, sometimes there were one or two occasions where I just put my foot down and said, I'm not doing that, just not doing it. I would have reasons and I'd happily justify those reasons, but that only happened a couple of times, and that's not really where I wanted to be. I think the other thing over time was I did the job a long time, and things changed. I didn't do the same job for 20 years. I did a completely different job at different times, early period, middle period, late period. There were different expectations of me, different issues, different technology changes, and you had to be constantly nimble and prepared to do things differently. So I never got bored, never ever got bored. I got fed up, exhausted, exasperated, but I never got bored. That just didn't happen. I'm very proud of the fact of the breast screening programme constantly improving and constantly being more and more accurate in its diagnoses. I'm very proud of setting up the bowel cancer screening programme in England, and that's now found tens of thousands of cancers earlier than would otherwise have been possible. I'm very proud of turning the cervical screening programme, which was the poor relation when I picked it up, into the best cervical screening programme in the world, taking advantage of modern technologies. And I'm very proud of empowering the people who work in the programme to influence programme policy. So people who actually sit in the clinics and do the work also have a voice in where the programme's going. It's not something led by bureaucrats in an ivory tower. Don't panic. What advice? Yeah, I think that. Don't panic. It'll all be okay. Just put one foot in front of the other, and it'll all work out. Things do work out. My mother always said things always work out for the best. No experience is ever wasted, and however bad things were, and like most people, I had a bad patch. You get through it, and things work out. Yeah. And just make the best decision that you can at the time about everything. That's all you can ever do.
Be nosy. Be like a great big sponge.